So for today's project, I want to repair a shovel. And I'll show you one I've already done. This is a spade. And these cost about $30 to $40 now. So the handle broke off, and you have this steel part that more or less lasts forever. But you need another handle. Now this handle, I think I paid $17, $18 for it. So you're talking maybe half price. And then this one, it fit. This has a steel part on the wood, and it also had this handle. It's not a bad deal, really. So it fit in here really good. And I just used they normally use rivets, but I just use this rounded head screw, and I think it'll be all right, because you don't want to catch. You put your hand here, you don't want it catching on a screw. If it's not all right, I haven't used it much. It's winter. If it's not, I have a plan, which I'll tell you in a minute. So what happens, is the handle breaks. You still got the shovel part. Now one problem is the wood's going to be inside here still, because it's going to break off here somewhere. So the way you solve that problem, you got to get the wood out of here. The way you solve that problem is you put it in the fire, and eventually it'll cook off. It even works better if you use barrel. But you can do it in a regular campfire too. So then you've got these rivets in here, see, like I was just talking about. You got to cut them out with an abrasive blade. And here's another one. I've got another one somewhere too, I believe. And then, so here's the one I want to fix today. So I've got this wooden shovel part. I already shoved it in there. This was, I think, $15. Looks like I had to grind it just a little bit to make it fit better. It wasn't quite the perfect fit the other one was. So, and then what happens is, so I put it in there, and there's still some space, see? And even if I was to use my screws to pull this together, it's still going to be space. So here's what I plan on doing. I'm going to make some bondo and I'll probably smear it on the outside of here, and probably smear some in here, and then shove it in. Does it go in that way or this way? It goes in that way. Alright, I think. I'll figure it out before I do it. So, see, I think it goes this way. That's pretty good. Anyway, there's a space. I got to fill that space, or it's not going to work right. So, I'm going to mix up bondo and do that. Now, at the same time, I got a completely different thing going on, and I'm going to use bondo for it. So it's this hedge trimmer. Now this hedge trimmer has two prongs sticking out right here, and you're supposed to plug the extension cord in like that, and it always falls out. It just makes me I should doing this with one hand. I should take this out and show you, I guess. So there. And no matter what I've ever done, it always falls out while I'm using it. So what I thought I would do, then I thought, well, I'll take it apart and wire it up on the inside. And I'll tell you, I've got so darn many projects. I thought, wait a minute, how about if I just take this short extension cord, it could be a long one, but this one's short, put that in like that, and then I'm going to I'll bondo it in there so it won't ever come out. So that's my plan. I had it sitting up here so that I could get to it. Oh, there, see that? That'll be real easy for me. So, I'll go ahead and mix up the bondo, which I've already showed you on another video, and get started on this thing. Now I should have prepared, I think what I'm going to do now, I think I'm not sure if I should squeeze it together now or not. I'm thinking I was going to, but now I'm thinking I might not. There's still a space. I think I need to fill this space. And then when it hardens, then I'll squeeze it together. If I squeeze it now, it won't relax later on. I might squeeze it a little. I was thinking I could put a radiator clamp on it. Squeeze it a little, because I got a little space here. Not very much. Just where those two, when those two metals come together, that's it. I can't squeeze it any more than that. I was thinking I had this mixed, it's kind of pinkish, like it's mixed too strong, but so far so good. Of course, when this is, after this is hardened, or I could do it too while it's a little green, but this stuff is made to sand, so after it's hard, I'll sand it smooth so it doesn't hurt my hands. I don't know if I need to squeeze it or not. Just leave it like that. I might just leave it like this. I don't have any left from my other project, so I'm going to have to mix up some more. I moved this to a gravity-friendly position. I'm just going to pour it in there. It's not liquid like fiberglass, but I think it'll flow. I think that'll be completely fine. It stinks a little bit, and I got the furnace running. I plugged a hole, but the smell's going to seep, I'm sure. So it's winter. It needs to be in a kind of a warm place. Where's my... oh, there it is. But I'm going to have to... I've got a vent. I'm going to have to put this vent in, which I don't cut myself on this sharp metal. Yeah, plug that in, take some of the smell away. I hate to send my warm air up the chimney, but I'll get in trouble with the smell in the rest of the house. So this electric cord is never going to come out of that. Never going to fall off of this hedge trimmer again. It's a little rough. There's a kind of sharp edge right there. I need to go over it with a sandpaper and or a rasp. Now, the shovel is also looking pretty good. I probably on this I also need to sand again. See how that's really sharp. That'll knock right off with sandpaper. Now, and then I should put a couple of those screws in, those kind of flathead, big flathead screws. I got them over here, I think. I'll show you exactly what they look like. So here's this. It's really not very well sanded, but you don't put your hand there anyway. It's just a matter of your hand, you know, not going to catch on anything. And this one, it's got that now. Now, if it got to be a problem, like I could bondo over the tops of these, but I don't think it's really necessary. They're fairly smooth as it is. One other thing I was going to mention, for sanding, I like to use this. I got a broken belt sander piece, and you can do, you know, like a shoe shine, you know, like this, and or like that, or even another one. Another trick is like to just hold it like this, and then go like this. Hold one in and go like this. But at any rate, the main thing I wanted to say is this bondo is a lot easier to use than fiberglass.